Welcome back to the Gold Coast Convention Centre, the voice Michael Chiavello, the hammer Mark Castanini, and it's time for the WBC World Title fight. Here he comes, the Leighton Hewitt of Aussie Muay Thai, the career-ending, leg-slinging, gun-toting, headache-making, jaw-breaking, world-cracking John Wayne Parr.
Well, John Wayne Parr, this place is absolutely right behind him. Aussie Joe Bugner there, sitting ringside, having a bit of a look. Paul Briggs, the man that's got the contract with Don King in his corner. And John Wayne Parr's looking very focused indeed for this one.
Wayne Parr salutes the crowd, and what a task he has ahead of him against 20-year-old Yodsanklai from Thailand.
With a record of 215 fights, 160 wins. Trained by Yodsanklai Fairtex from the Fairtex gym in Thailand, he is the Lumpini Stadium champion from Thailand, Yodsanklai.
Well, Yodsanklai, big raps on this Thai boxer. I tell you what, he is touted as one of the best in the world. And the current Lumpini champion.
Weighing last night at 69.7 kilos. 78 fights, 58 wins, 30 by way of knockout. Trained by Saki and Australian legend Paul Briggs. From the Boon Chu Gym on the Gold Coast, he is the IMF World Champion, the IS Champion, the WKBA World Champion, the ever-smiling John Wayne Parr.
And what an ovation as always for the gunslinger, John Wayne Parr. This is going to be something special. Double main event. Wayne Parr, Yodsanklai. We've also got Carnage and Magnum Sakai coming up. And the stare down between these two Muay Thai superstars. Third man in censoring, referee Cameron Quinn.
No standing 8. Understand? Touch gloves.
No standing 8 count. Interesting there. So it's like the Nevada state rules. Here we go. First round of 5. Inside thigh kick from Yodsanklai. 215 fights, 20 years old, Lumpini champion, up against the S1 ISKA WKBA world champion.
Yodsanklai, a southpaw left-handed fighter. Will that cause any problems for JW?
Well, he's fought numerous southpaws in his time, Hammer.
Well,
JW having fought out of Thailand for many years.
I'll tell you what though, Yodsanklai is a very well-equipped fighter. And JW is really going to have to be on his game for this one. Fresh off that victory over the Preacher on Evolution 6.
Tip kick to the rear leg there from Parr. Takes the lead leg out of contention as Yodsanklai swung for it. Round kick to the bicep area from Parr.
Oh,
jab overhand elbow. Front kick from Yodsanklai. Catches the kicking leg. Couldn't get anything off though. Inside thigh kick from Yodsanklai. His hands are a little low. JW, if he can open it up over the top, may be the way to go. Racking with power in that left hand there. The rear hand of Yodsanklai.
Just very composed, Yodsanklai.
Build on him, Hammer. For a 70-kilo fighter, built like a little Mack truck. Wayne Parr leads him with the left, fires the right rib kick. Jumping round kick from Yodsanklai, looking for the big decapitator.
Well, Yodsanklai obviously knows that John Wayne Parr is very proficient in the boxing skills and the hand skills, and showed some good evasion of the hand strikes. Just weaving. He's obviously been working on his bobbing and weaving and his punch evasion.
Parr edges forward. Oh, nice round. That is full of venom, that left leg of the Thai.
He loads it up 100%, but good composure. Nevertheless, good balance, Yodsanklai. Doesn't throw himself out of whack. Again, weaving the punches of John Wayne Parr.
Parr dangerously dropping his left hand. Yodsanklai found the jaw but didn't have the power to drop him.
Well, he's going to have a lot of power to drop John Wayne Parr. So one of the best fighter in the country at the moment, JW.
Oh, nice leg check, and then he fires off the same leg, JW.
Certainly stepping up, fighting one of the best out of Thailand, Yodsanklai.
Will they lock onto the grapple for the first time? Flash of elbows in close there, nothing landing. End of the first round. An interesting one, Hammer. Full of confidence, Yodsanklai.
Well, Yodsanklai a little bit on the back foot, just having a look at Wayne Parr, working on his evasion. See Parr with the guard up, nice high guard, but it was the left hand that got through, and that'll score well for the Thai. He landed with a straight right as well.
Quick, up.
Parr just got caught napping a little in the first, but nevertheless showed a lot of aggression going on the attack as well. Trying for the elbow strike, but Yodsanklai, you just see him slipping and weaving and being very evasive, this Thai boxer.
Here we go, round number 2 of 5. The voice, Michael Chiavello, the hammer, Mark Castanini, and Wayne Parr's opened up strongly here. A lock on the grapple over in the blue corner. Cameron Quinn separates both men. Parr, forearm guard against the round kick. Fires out the front kick off the lead leg, does Yodsanklai. Pops out the jab, does the Thai. Body shot from Wayne Parr, then goes upstairs. He's got to be careful not to drop the right hand. Yodsanklai is looking for that rear leg round kick around the back of the neck. Snaps in the jab there. Parr says, yep, you tagged me with that one. All Wayne Parr, his guards are very open when he comes in, Hammer. Got to be a bit tighter here. Front kick from Yodsanklai.
It's almost like Parr is just trying to find an opening on Yodsanklai, and it's just not coming. Just too cagey. Weaving backwards, but give John Wayne Parr an opening, and he'll certainly take full advantage of it. He needs to get a little bit more forward explosive movement, Wayne Parr. Perhaps bail Yodsanklai up on the ropes and then go hunting with the hands.
Well, Yodsanklai's left hand dropping on that occasion, and Wayne Parr almost tagged him with the right. Pops the jab again up the centre corridor, does Yodsanklai. Inside thigh kick from JW. Body shot from the Thai.
Nice jamming front kick there from Parr as well. He's got to employ that one a little bit more when the Thai gets on the front foot and just keep Yodsanklai at range, but then quickly counter. Nice round kick. Come back from Wayne Parr, but he gets caught with the left hand.
Jabs from Yodsanklai. Wayne Parr coming forward. Couldn't get a clean shot on him though. And Yodsanklai says, is that all you've got, son? Well, you don't call on JW here on the Gold Coast. Inside thigh kick from Yodsanklai. And can Parr shake the hoodoo of last time he fought here in that decision? Oh, the big kibosh! The big kibosh! Hammer, what a shock! Wayne Parr's been dropped!
5,
Well,
6, 7,
there was no 8 count. No standing 8 count. I'm not sure how that works.
I was about to say, can Wayne Parr overcome the hoodoo of last time when he lost to Sakman Cole in this very ring? And Yodsanklai is absolutely opened up on him here.
We're trying to take advantage now of the knockdown. Yodsanklai catch and counter. Wayne Parr keeping Yodsanklai at range with a push kick. He doesn't want to get sucked into a big bombing exchange. I'm absolutely in shock of John Wayne Parr getting dropped there.
Well, into the second round of action, a 10-8 round for Yodsanklai.
Well, I'm stunned by that knockdown. Yodsanklai, perfect timing, and he's got that big left kick of his, Yodsanklai. There it is, right on the neck and the jaw. And oof, I am absolutely stunned.
Here we go, third round of 5. Yodsanklai in control.
Tell you what, Michael, this Thai Yodsanklai certainly lived up to the big reputation that they've touted he has. Lumpini champion, Lumpini Stadium, the biggest stadium in Thailand, one of the most renowned, and he holds in Thailand. It's a slightly different structure. They have stadium champions, and this fighter is in his weight division, the Lumpini Stadium champion.
Which is huge. It's like being the MCG champion. The biggest venue of all, and Wayne Parr rattles out that right hand, but he couldn't find it.
Well, he's come back bombing John Wayne Parr with some good hand strikes.
Checks the inside thigh kick as Yodsanklai.
Well, perhaps that's a tactic that JW can employ. Get out of kicking range. Don't get into a kicking war with Yodsanklai. Stay in and box him.
And he find an opening with that right hand. Yodsanklai shot the leg and Parr tried to capitalise on it.
Beautiful tactics from John Wayne Parr. Yodsanklai caught the kick and he went bombing with the hands.
Front kick from Parr. Nice high guard against the round kicks of Yodsanklai. Certainly better stuff here from John Wayne Parr. He is the aggressor in this round, and so he needs to be after that knockdown in the second. The jab just coming under the left arm of Parr. It's a very awkward jab that Yodsanklai does have here. There it is again. Wayne Parr's having a little trouble reading it.
Needs to perhaps work off that round kick. As soon as he throws the left round kick, Yodsanklai maybe answer it. But I think it's the absolute power that Yodsanklai throws those kicks with that is just putting JW on the back foot.
When Parr moves in, Hammer, I've got to say, a little bit sloppy with the defences. His hands are still leaving his jaw exposed.
Well, easy for us to say sitting here in the comfort watching the fight. It's a lot harder to do ringside, especially when you're up against a fighter like Yodsanklai, Michael, who can kick like a mule, that's obvious, and has got such a strong power base. You really have to be in centre ring and feel the power of a fighter like that to know that to employ some tactics sometimes. They just don't come. They just don't come that easy.
Edges forward again. This crowd rallying behind our favourite fighting son. He's the country's best after defeating Bruce McPhee last time out. And he's got to bring it home strongly now against Yodsanklai.
Well, this is a A-class world level fight, this one. There is no shades of anything but two of the best fighters in this weight division going toe-to-toe.
Just a little bit of a slip there from Parr into the third round. Yodsanklai very confident.
But he's worked his evasive skills, Yodsanklai. He's certainly done his homework on John Wayne Parr, Yodsanklai. And there you see him catching the round kick and Parr just letting 4 rapid-fire punches go when his leg was caught. And that was clever tactics from him, not giving Yodsanklai any chance to counter off the leg catch. But as I was saying, Yodsanklai has certainly done his homework on John Wayne Parr. He's sticking to his game plan and he's just loading up everything 120%.
An ultimate round of action here, 4th of 5. Good defence there from Parr.
Well, there's got to be a bit of a sense of urgency now, Michael, from John Wayne Parr. He needs to bring some points on strongly on the scorecards now.
Working the knees as Parr. Cameron Quinn.
Well, looking at John Wayne Parr's corner there, Richard from the Boonchu restaurant in Broadbeach are great supporters of all the Thai boxers. And Richard has got a very worried look on his face. He supported John Wayne Parr since basically he came back from Thailand, Richard. And the Boonchu restaurant in Broadbeach, you really have to go in there and have a look at all the memorabilia on the walls if you're into Thai boxing. It's a real icon of Broadbeach. And you just got to look at the corner of John Wayne Parr. Paul Briggs, they're just willing him to pull something special out of the bag.
High left round kick, Yodsanklai. Ooh, Parr,
here it goes.
6-punch combination. Yodsanklai just manages to slip out of the way of Wayne Parr's right hand.
He's just got great evasive work against the hand strikes of John Wayne Parr, Yodsanklai. He slips from side to side with absolute precision. calling Wayne Parr on now, Yodsanklai.
All tied up. Parr trying to pull the head down. Cam Quinn separates them. Final stages here of the 4th round. Jab from Yodsanklai. Cracks up that high round kick. Pokes the jab again on the schnoggin of Wayne Parr. JW fires out the front kick. Double jab round kick from JW. Nice evasion work. Beautifully done.
And you just feel the power that Yodsanklai possesses. Here he comes, John Wayne Parr. But he just needs to keep on the job. He got some good shots through the guard there of Yodsanklai and then let him off.
Round kick. There is a red welt under the left arm. Just to the side of the chest of Yodsanklai, where Wayne Parr is connected with that round kick off the rear leg. It may be a sweet spot he can hunt after. Tagging right hand! Not enough mustard to do any real damage though. Parr comes forward. Yodsanklai ties him up. Paul Briggs, you can see him there squatting in the red corner.
As I said, Wayne Parr, I'd like to just see him go for broke with the hands, cut off the ring, bail up Yodsanklai and just try and land some big shots on the head. But another great round, and you just get the feeling that Wayne Parr just hasn't recovered after that knockdown as well as perhaps he could have, or we'd like to see him recover. Really willing him on now. The Aussie has had a great year. We want to see him finish it up. But Yodsanklai certainly has other plans for this bout.
Here we go, 5th and final round. Wayne Parr comes out smoking. Here comes JW. This is what we want to see. Can he get that trigger-happy right hand? Can he land the good night, Irene? There's a lot more tenacity now, a lot more grunt about Wayne Parr here in the final round. Inside thigh kick from JW. Nice combination from Yodsanklai.
Step up side kick, Yodsanklai, just keeping Parr at range. A very clever fighter, this Thai. Catches Parr with that lead jab of his. The right hand, he's throwing the jab and landing well. Wayne Parr really having trouble with his game plan in this battle. He needs a knockdown on Yodsanklai. World title stuff happening here, and he needs to really bring it on strong. Get inside, throw some elbows. A distinct lack of elbow shots from both fighters. Yodsanklai's renowned for being the big elbow slinger. You know what? He's changed his normal fighting style somewhat, Yodsanklai. Left the elbows out. Wayne Parr, I'd say, was a little tentative to the elbow shots earlier. Was very much on the prowl against them. But neither fighter loading up on the elbow strikes, which has been very surprising indeed, Michael.
Well, maybe that's what's thrown Wayne Parr off here tonight, Hammer. Maybe he was expecting a more Muay Thai contest, a lot of grappling, a lot of knees and a lot of elbows. Instead, Yodsanklai's chosen to fight this one at a distance, to kick and punch John Wayne Parr instead of going on the grapple and try and work the knees and elbows.
Well, Yodsanklai Fairtex fighter has certainly done his homework on John Wayne Parr, I'd say. They've got their boxing evasive skills honed well. He's slipping the punches like nothing else, working his range well, and just totally, I'd say, changed his fight style. And that's a mark of a fighter that at only 20 years of age has had over 200 fights. That's totally amazing. It certainly is one of the best Thais I've seen fighting for a long time.
They're going absolutely bananas in the red corner of John Wayne Parr, trying to spur on the Leighton Hewitt of Muay Thai. What's he got left here, JW? Has he got that one big shot? Has he got one mag left in the rifle?
Oh, the
big
right hand.
Taggy right hand. Parr's going for it now, and he's got to go hell for leather. He's got to go for broke.
Well, Yodsanklai very clever indeed in boxing range, just tying up Wayne Parr, not letting him know it's a slip.
Again.
It's just a slip.
A flicking high kick from Yodsanklai. Dangerous as Parr dropped his right hand.
Here he
comes JW.
But Yodsanklai once again ties him up, gets him into the grapple. When it comes into that boxing range, he shuts down John Wayne Parr. There it is, 5th and final round.
End of the 5th and final round. What a war. JW's finest. Yodsanklai, one of Thailand's finest, and it was a war for 5 rounds.
Well, there you see the straight right hand of Yodsanklai just catching John Wayne Parr, the push kick, keeping him at range, just ticked down the clock. And you see Wayne Parr going bombing with the hands, and as soon as it got into danger land, Yodsanklai tied him up.
By points decision, from the blue corner, Yodsanklai.
Well, there you have it. Yodsanklai, he is one happy man, and so he should be. World champion Yodsanklai in his 216th fight, and only 20 years old. And I say, JW, well done to you too. It's been an enormous year. You've fought everyone around the world and here in Australia. The busiest of all international fighters, JW. But tonight belongs to this man,
Way of Wayne Parr. Half a kilo difference in favour of Yodsanklai, and the experience advantage going the way of Yodsanklai. But he has a lesser KO ratio. 50% for Yodsanklai, 73.4% knockouts for John Wayne Parr. And this, the final of the Contender Asia. The time for talk is over. Michael Chavello, Mark Castanini with you. It's John Wayne Parr, the gunslinger in the red trunks, versus the phenom, Yodsanklai, the southpaw fighter, in the blue trunks. Wayne Parr has to try and bridge the gap, not getting kicking range of Yodsanklai. Yodsanklai will try and work the rear leg round kick, that being the left shin to the rib cage and the head of Wayne Parr. That is the hardest round kick in the world of Muay Thai. Body shot from Wayne. He wants to get on the inside, pound to the body, then go to the jaw with the boxing work. Don't forget Wayne Parr, who had 14 or so fights as a professional boxer.
Well, Wayne Parr, he's running a minimum of 17, 18 kilometres a day in preparation for this fight. He sent me a message saying that one day he did 1,000 knee strikes on a bag. Took him 13 minutes to do 1,000 repetitive jumping knee strikes on a bag, plus a number of bag and sparring rounds every single day in the lead up to this. In turn, Yodsanklai training twice a day, 2 hours in the morning, 2 hours in the evening, also running a hell of a lot of miles every single day of the week.
Charging forward with the right hand there, Wayne Parr looking for the big kibosh from the jawline of Yodsanklai. Yodsanklai cracks away to the inside thigh of that vicious rear leg, then goes up to the rib cage of Parr. This is more like it from Yodsanklai. Checks the low kick. Nice double forearm guard from Parr, circles off a little clockwise, goes upstairs with a round kick of his own off the rear leg. Yodsanklai gets the kicking leg caught, tries to come over the top with the right hand, a short popping elbow, and here comes Parr, he's caught him! And Yodsanklai fires back with the left arm.
Have a look at that lightning fast handwork of John Wayne Parr, and a 6 or 7 punch combination, wrapped up with a couple more on the end.
John Wayne Parr, more punch than a high school prom here in the first round. High left round kick from Yodsanklai. Outside thigh kick from JW. Beautiful round kick to the midsection again. Drops the body shot as Yodsanklai gets caught. A tagging left hand, but he stood up well to at the time.
Well, Yodsanklai not kicking as fast as I've seen him kick in the past. This ring mat is somewhat spongy, and I'm just wondering if that perhaps is slowing down his kicking speed.
Parr so far has beaten Yodsanklai to the punch, as we expected he would. Inside thigh kick from Parr, uppercut from Yodsanklai, went so high St. Peter knocked it back. Jab round kick,
Oh, he's caught! He caught with a real right hand.
The big kibosh, Wayne Parr's down! He gets back to his feet, the Australian, but Wayne Parr's been dropped in the first round! It is pandemonium in centre ring! Parr's eyes are not all there, Hammer!
A solid knockdown from Yodsanklai, and right on the bell. But he didn't sustain any more damage. What a flush knockdown.
Well, awesome scenes there in the first round. Hammer, if there is one thing you could not have scripted, one thing we did not expect at all, it's that Wayne Parr would be dropped by a right hand from Yodsanklai.
I tell you what, it was just that switch through. Yodsanklai dropped that solid right hand and caught JW sweetly, and that was something that we did not see coming at all.
So first round, the hammer is getting it 10-8, courtesy of that knockdown from Yodsanklai, and it's lucky, Hammer, that blow came at the end of the round.
Yodsanklai is going to be supremely confident now. Every second is crucial at this point.
And listen to the chants go up here for Yodsanklai. Here's a theme on folks. Here we go, second round of action. And Parr with some ground to gather. We'll see if he's fully recovered from that knockdown, courtesy of Yod's right hand.
Well, John Wayne Parr really needs to get a knockdown back now. He needs good solid rounds, and he's going to try for it, but he's got to keep his hands up.
He just loses his footing there, and the sponsor's logo does Wayne. Yodsanklai is showing no respect whatsoever to John Wayne Parr. Parr in centre ring now. Yodsanklai, nice jab. His boxing work has really improved.
Oh, he's been certainly working a lot with his boxing skills. He sees that as an opening.
Big kabosh from Yodsanklai. The left hand, the rear hand of the southpaw, and again.
Oh!
W3 kicked out of his teeth, but Wayne Parr fires back. Here comes Parr. Yodsanklai's been tagged. Yodsanklai's been tagged, but he's shot to JW. He says you've got to do better than that, son. Hammer, you cannot have scripted this in a Hollywood movie.
Oh, certainly not. As they trade again, a lot of leather being thrown.
This is unbelievable. They are throwing punches. They are throwing elbows.
Well, Parr dedicating this fight to his father, who we know is in not a good way back home. He's going to give it his all.
Goes to the body, then to the head on a high left round kick. He's got more combinations than a bank safe. Wayne Parr goes in with the right hand. Yodsanklai lands the rear hand. Again, Yodsanklai eats a left hand from Parr, just not enough mustard behind it. Double forearm guard against the round kick from JW. There's a cut over the right eye of Wayne Parr. Fires out the teeth kick, there's the Aussie. Goes for the inside lead thigh now. This is a cracking fight. Any way you look at it, it is an absolute corker. It is everything we thought it would be and a whole lot more.
Well, certainly jewel in the crown, Contender Asia providing an awesome battle here in Singapore.
Oh, the big kabosh! Down goes Parr! The left hand for Yodsanklai, and the Aussie went to canvas again. A thunderous left hand. Wayne Parr and a whole lot of bother here, Hammer.
He's still in the fog, and his legs are still shaky underneath him. He needs to have his hands up.
And Yodsanklai finish it. He has outboxed Wayne Parr in the power, but here comes JW. You can never ride off Wayne Parr. Body shot, left hand, lining up the elbow perhaps, Yodsanklai. Parr comes firing out of the corner. The never say die attitude of a little Aussie battler, and gets his legs swept out.
Well, he needs to grab on, he needs to clinch, he needs to try an elbow shot, John Wayne Parr. Yodsanklai, just supreme textbook technique from him, measuring, calm in his attacks, lethal fighter, and one kick after the bell on Yodsanklai to end another devastating round.
It is another round, 10-8 to Yodsanklai on our scorecard. When we come back, it's round 3 from Singapore Indoor Stadium. We're back at Singapore Indoor Stadium for the Contender Asia finale. Here's how it went down in the second round.
I've seen Yodsanklai on many occasions before, but tonight he is looking right on the top of his game. And that's probably not good news for the Aussie John Wayne Parr. He's doing this one with a lot of emotion and a lot of pride, and he's certainly been well tested by Thailand's best, the world's best, Yodsanklai.
Seconds out.
We are ready to go. Third round set for 5. The final of the Contender Asia. 2 rounds so far going the way of Yodsanklai. 2 knockdowns.
Well, I think if I was in Wayne Parr's corner, I'd be telling him to change strategy, clinch up, try for an elbow shot. He's got to give himself time to recover. He's got to change the game plan. He cannot box him at this point. He needs to try and confound Yodsanklai a little and shut down the range, try out for a different game plan altogether.
Uppercut, high round kick from Yodsanklai, succulent combination, Parr fires forward, Catches the kicking leg. Nice evasion work from Wayne Parr. Beautifully done from the Aussie. And he just smiles at Yodsanklai and says, I'm not that easy to tag, little fella.
This is poetry in motion from these two warriors.
Nice jab from the southpaw Yodsanklai off the right hand. Good kick from JW. Both men in centering, and have a look at the power there, and the lead leg of Yod just forces Wayne back 5 paces. Looking for the high kick. Yodsanklai read it well, lifted up the left forearm to defend. Nice jab, good full extension on the punch there from JW. Wants to get into the clinch, they spin around right in front of our commentary position. The referee separates both men.
Interesting to see no elbows being thrown yet, such as the respect of to these fighters to each other. Michael Wayne Parr just content to keep it a boxing match. Yodsanklai keeping him at leg range.
Left hook, right hand from Parr, 1-2 combination. Nothing getting through. Long-reaching jab from Yodsanklai. It's been a better round so far for JW. A more cerebral round from the Australian. Good kick from Yodsanklai, just cracking away to the right side of the carcass. Throws the left hand up the centre corridor. JW's got to be careful not to drop his gloves as he comes in. That's when Yodsanklai's tagging him. Double forearm guard. Oh, the shin kick! And JW somehow is still standing.
That hurts me just to look at that.
Well, that'll make Wayne Parr wish he played lawn bowls instead. Now he fires out the right hand. There's the left from Parr. He's coming forward with the boxing work. And Yodsanklai just throws his hands out and says you've got to do more.
He's getting the right hand in. He's thrown multiple right hands getting it in. I think Wayne Parr should go right hand, right elbow. If he's getting the right hand in twice, he could get the right hand, right elbow in. And that will pay bigger dividends for him.
Parr goes back to centering. Yodsanklai still looking very relaxed here. Parr's left eye is starting to swell badly now. Looks to have stemmed the bleeding from the cut over the right eye, though they did put that much Vaseline on him. Surprise eyebrow had just slipped off. They tie up against the ropes, end of the round. 2 more remaining, 3 rounds down.
A preservation round.
As they go to work in the corner of JW, you see the swelling over the left eye there. There is a cut also over the right eye of Wayne Parr. It has been a tough road for Parr so far. Stefan Fox, who would have thought that of all things, Yodsanklai would knock down Wayne Parr twice with his hands?
I think, JW is going in too quick. He's dropping his hand. He's trying to knock out Yodsanklai too quick, too hard. He's putting himself in danger. I think he has to go in now in the clinch, in the elbows. He has to go into close range. And he still is in there for a chance. The fight is not lost yet.
Can he do it? Can the Aussie superstar find a way to turn the tide in his favour? It has been dominant for Yodsanklai so far in this fight.
Seconds out. Round 4.
10-8 first, 10-8 second for Yod. Third round, 10-9 for JW. Here we go, 4th round of 5. Good evasion work there, just leaning out of the way of the round kick. Using the jab well here, Yodsanklai. There's that devastating rear leg round kick. Catches JW's on the forearm. Goes to the outside lead thigh of the Australian. Nice evasion work again from Yodsanklai. Good anticipation to read those round kicks coming from Wayne. Parr coming over the top with the left hand. Had no starch behind that punch. Looking for a little sneaky crossing elbow there was Yodsanklai. Couldn't thread it through. Body shot, left hook, straight right. High right round kick from Parr. Good combination. It'll score for him, but it didn't do any damage on Yodsanklai.
Well, Yodsanklai, this cagey southpaw, this cagey left-handed fighter, he's got power base now. He's shown he's got power base off either side of his body, getting that first knockdown off his right hand. So that makes him even more lethal, even more dangerous.
High left round kick from Yodsanklai, just tracking away, and he'll break down the forearms of Wayne Parr. It'll cause Parr to drop his hands even lower as the fight goes on, and may expose the jawline again.
Well, these two fighters have been working fairly solidly since the outset, Michael, and now the lactic acid will be creeping into the muscles. Now everything's going to get heavier, everything's going to get tighter, the flexibility will be going from the muscles. and it's just going to be down to the greater resolve.
You've got to give credit to JW though. He's been dropped by 2 shots earlier in the fight that would have KO'd a lesser fighter.
Oh, definitely. A lesser fighter would have been sucking canvas after those knockdowns for sure.
There's the right hand from J-Dub, forces back Yodsanklai, and even the Phenom has to acknowledge that one. Body shot from Parr, then goes high off the right leg. Better work here from the Australian. Good high guard from Parr, eats a right hand, all tied up centre of the ring, works the knee to the midsection, negating knee across the waist, and the referee moves in to separate both men. Seconds ticking down here in the penultimate round of 5. Right hand from Parr as he skips forward the Australian. Again bridges up a high guard. Outside thigh kick, right hand from Parr, sticks out the front kick. Yodsanklai maybe slowed a little hammer.
Well, Yodsanklai will be figuring now. He's got the 10-8, 10 out in the first and second round. He can coast a little. He doesn't need to take any unnecessary risks, the Thai boxer. He can just sit there and watch the scorecards sway slightly either way. It's not really going to worry him.
Wayne Parr leading with his chin a little bit. Not a good tactic. Covers up against the left round kick from Yodsanklai. Yodsanklai goes to the sternum. Parr tries to tag him with the right hand. They tie up and they're tied like a pretzel in the neutral corner. The referee dries them off each other. End of the 4th round. We've got one more round remaining in the Contender Asia finale. We're back at Singapore Indoor Stadium for the Contender Asia finale. Here's how it went down in the 4th round. It was a solid round for Parr. He worked some beautiful combinations. After 4 rounds here on our unofficial card, 38-36 the way of Yodsanklai, 2 points in it, which means Wayne Parr would need a knockdown, a 10-8 round here in the final to even up proceedings.
It is all or nothing now for the Australian fighter.
Seconds out.
All is in readiness. The 5th and final round, the championship round. Who will be the Contender Asia champion? In 3 more minutes, we will know. This crowd on their feet. 3 minutes to glory for either Yodsanklai or Wayne Parr. Parr skips forward, goes for the round kick, gets tangled in the ropes. Jab 2, left round kick from Wayne Parr. He's opened up well here, the Australian. Body shot from JW, launches a knee to the ribcage. Yodsanklai returns the favour. No starch behind those shots, good negation there from JW, and the referee separates them. Left hook, right hand. Yodsanklai looking for the counter kick. You can see the tactics here of Wayne Parr in the final round. He's going for the grapple. He's closing the distance on Yodsanklai. He's not allowing the Phenom to work that rear leg round kick. Catches him with a short left hook. Nice front kick from Yodsanklai. Jumping round kick from the tie.
Well,
Takes that one on the forearm hammer.
He's just showcasing his great skill, Yodsanklai, but he still seems to be holding back a little. It's John Wayne Parr that's given it his all. I tell you what, this man, he had to lose 10 kilos to make it for this fight. John Wayne Parr had to lose 10 kilos. Is that slowing him down? Is that perhaps taxing him a little now against this great tie?
32-year-old John Wayne Parr, 22-year-old Yodsanklai. Yodsanklai fires out a half front kick, half side kick, trying to keep JW at bay. JW goes for the high right round kick. Will Wayne Parr close the gap and maybe try and sear the forehead or the scalp with an elbow?
Well, Yodsanklai with over 200 fights, he's exhibiting every bit of experience of those fights in this final for the big money and, of course, the crown in the jewel, the Contender Asia title.
Skips forward again, does JW. They lock up in front of our commentary position. Short-range knees attempted here from Yodsanklai. J-Dub sticks the shin across the weight to negate them and stop those knee attacks from Yod. Final stages now of the final round. Who has got one big salvo? Who has got the pepper? Who has got the gas in the tank to pull off a knockout? Wayne Parr launches a right hand and tags him on the jaw. Here comes J-W. Here comes the Aussie. And Yodsanklai ties him up.
Yodsanklai just locking down, keeping his base solid in his feet. Such emotion.
from Yodsanklai, and he's taunting Wayne Parr. He is mocking Wayne Parr. He is trying to sap Parr mentally, and Parr into right hand. Parr into left hand. Oh, Wayne Parr's been rocked, but he's still standing. Big compulsion gain from Yodsanklai. Wayne Parr's been cut over the left eye. Parr's been cut over the left eye. Blood streaking down the cheek now. It's pandemonium. It's over. It's over. It's over.
Well, I tell you what, Michael, Yodsanklai, he did this fight for his family. He did this fight for the money. And that amount of money, the amount of money that Yodsanklai will take away if he wins this one, and it seems to be a foregone conclusion, will certainly set him and his family up in Thailand for a very nice future indeed.
What an ovation here for Yodsanklai. And an ovation for John Wayne Parr. I'd take my hat off to Parr if I was wearing a hat. He took some knocks in this fight that would have knocked out any other man on the planet, but not JW. This crowd, live crowd, our worldwide television audience has been treated to a blockbuster main event between two genuine megastars of the sport. Have a look at the showmanship, have a look at the respect there from Yodsanklai getting on his knees and bowing to John Wayne Parr. That, folks, is what separates Muay Thai from all other fight sports, the respect and the martial arts tradition.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 5 rounds of explosive action, we go to the judges' scorecard. Judge number 1 had it 50-45. Judge number 2 had it 50-47. And judge number 3 had it 50-44. Unanimous. And now, $150,000 richer. Your winner and the new Asia Contender Champion, blue corner, representing Thailand.
He's done it! He has done it! Yodsanklai is the Contender Asia Champion! The Phenom puts yet another strap around his waist and claims the biggest prize purse in Muay Thai history. Yodsanklai is the Contender Asia.
And your runner-up for this evening from Australia, John Wayne Parr.
Ladies and gentlemen, Many Valley Racecourse, let's make some noise!
Out of the 13
Seconds out,
points, Jim.
round 1!
Guys, this is the best event, full Thai rules that you will ever see in Australia. John Wayne Parr versus Yodsanklai. Yodsanklai defeated Wayne Parr in 2008 over in Singapore in the Contender Asia Series in the final, $150,000.
And he went on to win it, of course.
Yodsanklai won it. He beat John Wayne Parr in the final.
Okay.
$150,000 made in Thai dollars. That set the man up for life.
Yeah. It's strange that he still has a passion to continue.
Mate, he's just a very humble fighter, only 25 years of age. You know, when he won that tournament, he just said he wanted to buy a house for his mum, which, you know, in Thailand, as we know, you know, it's very hard to make a living over there. He fights for a living, he fights for his life, he fights for his mother.
Yes.
But as I said,
Very impressive.
They fought up in the Gold Coast for the WBC World title, which Yodsanklai won in 2005, and then 2008 they rematched.
Both fights that he'd won were both by decision?
Both decision. He put Wayne down in both fights, but Wayne, the true warrior that he's got up and kept going. But Wayne's been fighting over or training over in Thailand for the last 4.5 weeks out of the 13 Corners gym, training with Sanchai in his corner with Crew Dip as well.
Yeah.
And Yodsanklai from the famed Fairtex gym in Pattaya in Thailand.
Well, there's no doubt that John Wayne Parr has spared no change in his preparation for this fight. He
obviously speaking to him in the dressing rooms earlier tonight, John, he indicated this fight means really a lot to him, and I really felt for him when I spoke to him. He's had a long career, illustrious career, and he knows he's coming to the end of it right now, and this victory, a victory over Yodsanklai, would definitely mean a lot to him.
Oh, look, without doubt, we've got to say a big thank you to K&L Concreting and Excavations, sponsoring this main event of the night. Big thank you to them. Joe Nader, I know, puts a lot of effort into his sponsors and vice versa. But Stan, as you said out the back, we had a good chat to Wayne, and very humble. And he wants to thank his own personal sponsors, Darren and Steve from Quest Environments and Richard Vell from the Boontrue Gym. Richard Vell, the age of 16, sent Wayne over to Thailand, sponsored him to go to Thailand, and he lived and trained and fought over in Thailand for 4 years. Great to see his wife Angie Parr and Angie's dad down here as well.
Yeah, it's lovely. I said him earlier tonight, and this means a lot to them, and I'm sure they can feel it in their stomach right now watching their man fight.
Oh, a nice left leg kick there from Yodsanklai.
Actually, John, they started a bit quicker than I had thought, to be quite honest. They're a little bit quicker pace, or at least I think John Wayne Parr wants to sort of make sure he's not playing catch up with this guy.
Yeah, look, Yod's notorious. He's got some great hands. He's got some probably the most powerful round kicks in the middleweight division of anyone in the world, fighting at a southpaw stance. So look, Wayne knows that. They said they've fought twice before. Yodsanklai's hands have improved a hell of a lot over the years. 10 seconds ago in this first round.
Pretty good straight left to Yodsanklai, goes the bell.
Yeah, fairly
In
first round there.
round 1. Proudly brought to you by K&L Concrete and Excavation. Just go to knlgroup.com.au.
Guys, round 2, K&L's Concrete and Excavations main event. Wayne opening up with a good, nice low kick. So both boys weighed in around 72 kilos. Talking to Wayne at the back earlier on, mate, he's up around 81 kilos
Yeah, I was
now.
quite shocked when I heard that, actually. John Wayne trying to open up a little bit, but when he does, Yodsanklai is going to come back.
Oh, yeah, he knows that. Good catch and sweep there from Wayne Parr, and the judges will score that one highly.
Excellent sweep.
Very composed, though, Yodsanklai. You can see very relaxed, very composed.
Made 240 fights, 25 years of age. Said both of these boys fight for a living. Wayne running the very successful Boontrue Gym. He's got Thor Hoopman in the corner with him tonight, one of his young proteges. Slapping round kick there from both boys.
Oh, a nice leg kick there from Yodsanklai there, up around the head there.
Said Yodsanklai's renowned for having some of the hardest leg kicks in the business.
Yeah, you can feel him here watching, just feeling him from commentary position. Definitely sting.
Interestingly, though, when they fought in 2008, the 2 times that he dropped Wayne, both with his hands.
Landed a good straight left and another one there.
I think the last time Wayne ever got dropped in a fight was against Yodsanklai in 2008. Good counter fighting from both boys. You can see Wayne really quickly, as Yodsanklai's trying to catch that kick really quickly, just trying to retract his leg. This is one of the times that he got dropped in 2008. Yodsanklai caught the kick and came over the top of the big right hand.
Oh, it was nearly a nice knee there from Yodsanklai, but he seemed to hold back from that manoeuvre. Nice jab, couple of nice jabs there. Yodsanklai getting those jabs working.
Yeah, the odds loading up with the hands. Said Yodsanklai, the undisputed best in Thailand, 8-time world champion, Lumpini champion.
Yeah.
King's Cup champion, Wayne Parr, 6-time world champion. His most recent world title win was against Dimitri Valent over in WA. Bit of a cut appearing under the right eye of Wayne Parr.
The right cheekbone of John Wayne.
Yod's thrown a couple of elbows, and I think one of those has obviously got through. Look, it's under the eye, so it's not going to cause any damage. But between rounds, they're going to have to get to work on that. But Yodsanklai will be focusing on that now.
Yeah, make sure it doesn't start swelling on him. It might be on the cheekbone, but it can come up and close that eye. Good timing, I've noticed, with this Yodsanklai.
Oh, yeah, Yodsanklai nearly with the right hand, but not quite. Oh, heavy body shot from Yodsanklai there, the rib section. And John Wayne Parr, and there goes the
Big
bell.
round two for both boys.
Seconds out.
So round three, we've seen Yodsanklai cut Wayne just under the right eye.
Right cheekbone.
Yeah, Wayne's corner been doing a lot of work on that, so it's not going to affect him. The bleeding below the eye is not an issue. But again, it gives something for Yod to aim for.
Yes, no doubt.
Round three.
So round three, Yod opens up with just a slapping round kick. Again, big thank you to K&L Concreting and Excavations. You can see True Dip and Sanchai in the corner, giving Wayne a great pep talk in between the second and third round.
John Wayne Parr opening up there, trying to get some leverage into those punches.
Crossing elbow there from Wayne as they were breaking. But Yodsanklai just so composed there in centre ring. Both boys showing each other a lot of respect. So Wayne's fighting a totally different fight this time compared to 2008. Slapping high kick there from Yodsanklai, just Wayne catching it on the gloves.
Well, he went for the stomach push kick, but changed his mind, came in close. Trying to work in there on Yodsanklai there, but gee whiz, the boys are tough. Yodsanklai trying to get that knee action going there, but Dean splits them up, our referee.
Our judges tonight, Ignatius Missalidis, Paul Smith and Mark Cook.
You know, Yodsanklai is trying to land a left round kick to the head where that cut is. I mean, and you can see strategically how he's working on different things, but setting up that kick. You'll find every time Wayne Parr's got his hands up, but even the impact of those kicks you can feel.
Yeah, man, as you know, I've said it before, his round kicks are renowned for being some of the toughest in the business. In the 2008 Contender Series, he fought Bruce, the Preacher McPhee, in one of the elimination rounds, and he just proceeded to kick Preacher, and Preacher could hardly move his arms towards into the fight. Yod won the fight, obviously, but he just peppered away. And I'll tell you what, Stan, you know from your own experience, just kicking away those, if you catch those kicks on the arms, it just takes it out of you.
Most definitely, you can takes their toll.
Here we go, so the uppercut there, Yodsanklai, but no power in that, but then comes back with that stomach push kick.
I just want to see Wayne, do a little bit more in this round.
Yodsanklai's trying to control the fight, Stan, from ring centre.
That's why I'm saying in his third round now, I don't want to see... It's exactly what he's trying to do now, Wayne Parr. He's trying to put a bit of intensity to come forward, look a bit more aggressive.
Yeah, but see what, Wayne's just keeping his guard really tight and really close. Nice straight right there from Wayne Parr.
Nice right hand.
Come on, guys, let's get loud!
So, guys, under Muay Thai rules, this is as good as you get anywhere around the world anytime. Full credit to Joe Nader and Power Play Promotions. He said to Wayne Parr, he had him fighting against Mike Zambides down here, and he said, who else do you want to fight? And Yodsanklai was on the top of his list, so Joe brought him over.
Yeah, no, big credit to Joe Nader, investing big time here. Forced John Wayne Parr, not even a local fighter. Forced him from Queensland.
And round three.
Expect bigger and better things from Joe Nader in 2011.
Excavation and knlgroup.com.au. Round four coming up, the premiership round. The penultimate round, round four.
So round four, guys, K&L Concrete and Excavation. Oh, good straight left there from Yod to open up the fourth round.
Yeah, John Wayne Parr needs to increase his ratio from now on.
Yeah, really needs to step it up. If anything, I've just got Yod just slightly ahead at this stage.
Yep, Yodsanklai seems to have, last couple of rounds, he's put his authority stamped it on this fight.
I'd like to see John Wayne Parr fight these next two rounds. They're like the last two rounds of his career. I just want to see him give it all he's got, mate. Because I know this really means a lot to him. And you can see right now that he's going to start picking it up a little bit because.
Yeah, Stan, look, as you said, we spoke to him at the back, and he said how much this fight means to him. And he knows what he's got to do, and he's got to step it up. And he knows that Yod is the best that there is out there.
And he's got to make it happen. He knows that he's got to make it happen right now. It's not going to happen on its own. He knows he's fighting a guy that if he lands one, he'll probably come back with two. But this is the fight that he's in for, that he's prepared for, as he takes the right uppercut right there.
Big sneaky uppercut there.
Sneaky uppercut.
Actually came under Wayne's guard as Wayne had a bit of a cross guard there. But both of these guys, look, Wayne Parr without doubt the best non-Thai fighter in the world under full Thai rules in the middleweight division. Yodsanklai the very best in the world.
Yodsanklai manages to slip those jabs through just a bit too easily at times.
Yeah, Wayne covering up as he's throwing those kicks though, just to negate Yod's hands.
A nice kick there, Yodsanklai again. He's pretty good with that, those manoeuvres.
Crowd here in Melbourne just loving this. Joe Nader's done a great job, Power Play Promotions, putting on the very best fighters in the country and from around the world.
A couple of good shots there landed by John.
Yod just looking to lock Wayne out in the grapple. Both boys just eyeing each other off stand, just really focused. Both boys really want this, as Yodsanklai said in the pre-fight interview. 3 times, wants to win for the 3rd time. Final 10 seconds of this 4th round. That cuts open up under Wayne's eyes, not causing any dramas.
No concern for him there, but he needs to. He's got to land some leg kicks and punches. He's got to put some pressure on here into the round.
Round 4.
Fairly even 4th round for Wayne.
So, ladies and gentlemen, Moonee Valley Racecourse, I'd like you to be on your feet for this 3 minutes. Make some noise, go wild and crazy. Bring everyone home. Aussie, Aussie, Aussie! Ladies and gentlemen, seconds out. Fighters, touch gloves. This is the 5th and final round.
Guys, it's there for the taking. You can see Sunshine in between rounds saying to Wayne, as they're getting close, just to push away and use the hands. Wayne really needs to bring this one home.
Yeah, he's got a bit of ground to make up here now, John Wayne Parr, in my view. He's
Come on,
got to try and exert himself.
round. Let's make some noise.
Pretty hard to make it up in a 5-rounder. Here he goes, though.
Good handiwork, though, and Yodsanklai just leaning out of the way, fires back with a slapping round kick of his own.
Oh, bit of a slip there from John Wayne.
Again, big thank you to our major event sponsor, K&L Concrete and Excavation, the boys behind it. Joe Nader, Power Play Promotions, done a sensational job. Bigger and better things in 2011 from Power Play Promotions. Watch this space.
John Wayne's got to push it forward now. He's got to come. He's got to give everything he's got, John.
Stan, I'll tell you what, the crowd's getting behind. There's a lot of cheering for Yodsanklai as well, because a lot of people recognise that this guy is the best in the world. People have come from all over Australia to watch this fight. Yodsanklai looking for a step-up elbow in there close, but didn't quite find its range.
John Wayne Parr there trying to get some punching power going, and now got the knees working, but Yodsanklai, he's in there measuring it with him as he goes. That's the problem.
Right above us in the commentary position there, boys. Yodsanklai just not looking fussed at all. Wayne's still light on his feet.
Even when John Wayne Parr steps up, Yodsanklai seems to be able to equate that work ratio himself.
Yeah, Yodsanklai looking to come over the top of that big left hand. Wayne's got his guard up nice and tight. Big exchange there from both boys. Wayne just walking forward, some big hands. Yodsanklai just waves it off, comes forward with his own leg kick. Good body rip there from Wayne Parr. Yodsanklai looking to load up with the big left hand. Yodsanklai's expression hasn't changed throughout this whole fight.
Not at all.
Big slapping round kick there from Yodsanklai.
Massive kick. There, John Wayne now, he's trying to get some knees going, possibly a knee drop into the ribcage, but Yodsanklai, he's trying to measure with him there again.
Final 30 seconds of this 5th and final round. crowd absolutely cheering John Wayne Parr now, really egging him on.
Trying to lift him across the line, but Yodsanklai seems to be pretty confident he's got the fight. Yodsanklai, he's
Let's raise the roof,
standing
guys.
back.
Fan around.
Oh, good straight right there from John Wayne Parr.
John Wayne Parr's best punch of the night.
Yeah, it was the best punch.
The beautiful punch.
Go, John. Dig in.
Really bringing it home now, Stan. He's really loading up the final 10 seconds of this fight.
Trying to load up.
10 seconds to go. He's got to leave an impression on the judges' scores. But what a main event of the night. The two best fighters in the world.
Yeah, they're great warriors, these two.
And there you go. What an action-packed main event. Both boys showing each other respect in the ring. We'll let this one go to the judges' decision. What a sensational fight.
Get over the guys, please, from K&L Concrete and
Had a great last round,
Excavation.
John Wayne, but just wonder whether or not he had to make up too much ground coming into the last round. We'll see what the judges say.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. We appreciate your patience. If we can have the music up, please. Big thank you to our main event sponsor, K&L Concreting and Excavation Group. Ladies and gentlemen, before I read out the judges' scorecard, a big round of applause for probably one of the best Muay Thai fights on Australian soil ever. Ladies and gentlemen, after 5 rounds of action, we go to the judges' scorecard. It is a split decision. Ladies and gentlemen, Ignatius Missilides had it 49-47, red corner. Paul Smith had it 49-47, blue corner. And Mark Cook had it 48-47 for your winner and the new WKA middleweight champion of the world from Australia, John Wayne.